Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
This is not a fun election. Seldom have we been face to face with so many serious problems. Vietnam, crime, taxes, sound money, inflation, riots, and nobody has any easy answers. But the next Congress must arrive at workable solutions. We will need all the wisdom, all the courage, and all the experience we can muster. John Dowdy qualifies. For years he has stood for principles that we all now know our government should have followed. Dowdy has 16 years' experience in Congress. He is now in the influential upper one-fifth in seniority. Vote to keep him there.
For Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
For the past 16 years, John Dowdy has fought the good fight for intelligent government.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
In spite of John Dowdy's efforts, we are faced today with Vietnam, crime, taxes, gold, inflation, riots. Now most people know how right he was. He has worked hard for strengthening the criminal law, for keeping our nation militarily invincible, for education, for reducing the billions of dollars spent on foreign aid so that we can do the things which need to be done at home without excessive taxation. Keep John Dowdy in Congress. We need his wisdom, his courage, and above all, his experience.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
John Dowdy is a foe of waste.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
John Dowdy has fought against huge foreign aid, frills, and projects which don't work, so that we can do the things here at home which need to be done without excessive taxation. John Dowdy thinks you should be allowed to dispose of your income as you see fit. But if they do tax it away from you, he will fight hard to get as much of it spent in our district as possible. This is astounding. He has gotten back for us in this district all of the money we paid out in federal taxes. Elect John Dowdy, the man who works for us.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
Seniority, length of service, is the guiding principle for importance and power in Congress.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
John Dowdy has been our congressman for 16 consecutive years. He now moves into the upper one-fifth of the House of Representatives, where most of the power resides. He fights to keep our nation prosperous, free, and strong, opposing waste, frills, and projects which won't work, so that we may do what needs to be done for our own people without excessive taxation. Each time we re-elect John Dowdy, he and we have a stronger voice in our government. Vote for Dowdy.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
John Dowdy fights to keep our nation prosperous, free, and strong.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
John Dowdy fights for us here in East Texas. His never-ending work for our lakes and rivers and navigation is known to all. His concern and help for the education and training of our children is effective. His help in building roads, water and sewer systems, hospitals, in support of programs for conservation of soil, water, and other resources. His effectiveness in encouraging businesses with jobs to settle here. For help for our old and our helpless young and our handicapped. for better old age pensions and Social Security, and that doesn't even scratch the surface.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
Overshadowing all other issues in this election is the question of Vietnam.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
Vietnam has first priority and nothing else must get in its way. It is true nobody has an easy answer, but we must decide on a course which will bring this war to an end in the shortest possible time. There must be no more delay. We must bring together in Congress men of courage, men of wisdom, and above all, men of experience who have shown that they put the good of our country above every other consideration. Elect John Dowdy, 16 years of experience, courageously fighting for an invincible America.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
Crime is increasing 9 times faster than our population.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
Before John Dowdy became our congressman, he was a district attorney. He speaks from experience when he tells you that 4 out of every 5 serious crimes are committed by hardened previous offenders. John Dowdy opposes coddling these professionals. He says we must put them behind bars to protect innocent people. He opposes the creation of legal loopholes through which they escape conviction. Each time a professional criminal beats the law, it encourages others to try. Vote for John Dowdy and be safe on the streets and in your home.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too. Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty. In Angelina, Hardin, Henderson, Orange, and Liberty, Houston, San Jacinto, Polk, Montgomery. Let's vote for Dowdy. Hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too. Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty. In Nacogdoches, Trinity, Tyler, Walker, and Sabine, Newton, Anderson, Jasper, and San Augustine. Let's vote for Dowdy. Hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too. Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty. In Angelina, Hardin, Henderson, Orange, and Liberty, Houston, San Jacinto, Polk, Montgomery. Let's vote for Dowdy. Hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too. Way off Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
Dempsey Henley says give him John Dowdy's job and he will bring new businesses into our district. But in his book, he discloses he is anti-business. He finds fault with the lumber people, he finds fault with the oil people, he finds fault with the real estate people, and of retiring Governor John Connally, he says he wonders if his image will not be tarnished by his contact with business. That kind of man is going to attract businesses to our district. He has tried to bring business to his own county without success. What makes him think he can do it for 18 counties? Keep John Dowdy, he succeeds.
Oh, for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
Mr. Henley, who would like John Dowdy's job, is a little out of touch with the times.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
Relax, Mr. Henley. We all agree with you. Conservation is nice and important, as are clear streams and prosperity. And when John Dowdy goes back to Washington, he will deal with these things. But the big job will be with decisions on Vietnam, riots, crime, inflation, sound money, taxation. You are inexperienced in these things, Mr. Henley, and indeed you are inexperienced in the whole legislative process. Mr. Henley, we just can't afford you at this time. We need John Dowdy's 16 years experience and seniority.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
Dempsey Henley, who'd like John Dowdy's job, wrote a book about himself.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
The book tells of his efforts to get a park designated for parts of the Big Thicket. But the point is, he hasn't succeeded. We give him E for effort, but we can't give him A for accomplishment. He is touring the district now, telling us that he will bring us growth and new business. But his book says with 200 helpers, he tried to do just that for his own county of Liberty. But for that period, Liberty remained 14th in our 18-county district in growth, not even average growth. Again, E for effort, but no A for accomplishment. Let's keep our A1 man, John Dowdy. He succeeds.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
Mr. Dempsey Henley, who would like John Dowdy's job, pictures himself as a great champion of conservation.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
Henley's particular interest is the Big Thicket. Yet in a book he has written about himself, he tells of finding some 150 acres of virgin pine land with huge trees. He promptly sold it to a lumber mill to be cut down. But he couldn't get the title insured and he lost the sale. Then, and only then, he decided this stand of pines was a pearl which must be incorporated into a park and be forever preserved. It seems that he is for conservation of anything he can't turn into cash for himself. It's in the book. Read it.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
The question being asked everywhere is who is running against John Dowdy?
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
Against John Dowdy is one Dempsey Henley. He has been the mayor of a very nice little town, Liberty, and he has made a big thing of getting a park in the Big Thicket. He has been unsuccessful in this. He once got 200 people together to bring growth and jobs to Liberty County, but that fizzled too. The county's growth was less than average for the district. He does not know his way around in state government, let alone national government. We cannot imagine why he thinks he is ready at this critical time to take over the job of John Dowdy, an effective man with 16 years' experience and seniority.
Hooray for Dowdy! Well, I'm for Dowdy too.
Mr. Henley, who would like John Dowdy's job, tells about himself in a book he has written.
Are you for Dowdy? Are you for Dowdy? He votes to keep America free. He'll be right with you on every issue, preserving your liberty.
Henley tells of his experience with state government and just trying to get a bill brought before the legislature. First, he had to ask a politician where to start. The man had to tell him the name of the proper department, and, well, they treated him kindly, and Mr. Henley thought he was all set. They told him to write him a letter. In high spirits, he wrote the letter and never heard from them again. He contacted them, and they just didn't seem to remember a thing about it. It's all in his book. Our problems today are much too serious for such inept inexperience. In Washington, he'd be a boy in a man's world.
Vote for Dowdy, hooray for Dowdy. Well,